Hi everyone, my name is Jenna and welcome to my channel Divine Direction. In this video we are going to be looking at the messages for the sign of Capricorn. So Capricorn, your reading, you have a lot of reversal cards. So to me this is talking about things that maybe you have tried for in the past and them not coming through fruition, or to fruition I should say. But I'm definitely seeing that there's some sort of change or shift happening here, okay? You have the fish card on the bottom of the deck, so this is telling me that you're tired of going with the current, or you're tired of the direction that your life has been taking thus far, okay? You do have the salmon card, so to me this could be talking about definitely struggling to get to where you want to be. This can also signify for me that change in direction, okay? For some of you, there's definitely cards about relationships. You do have the Three of Swords in reverse, so trying to make things work with someone, or trying to find a partner. With the Page of Cups in reverse, maybe you have tried to date somebody but were rejected. We do have the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles, so maybe this is you working hard to try to save money or to bring in more money. And we also have the Three of Pentacles, so trying to be recognized for your work. We do have the Ten of Swords in reverse, so it's like no matter what we try, we don't seem to be getting anywhere. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting here. Now, the positive thing is that you have, I'm being really drawn to the Emperor card. And what I'm feeling with this card is stepping into your own power, okay? Really stepping into your own power, especially accompanied by the Eagle Spirit card. So this is interesting. Okay, so I am feeling that some of you are really done with where you currently are, or you're done with this struggle. And I don't blame you, because I've been feeling it too in my life. Like, we're done with this struggle. The good news is we do have the Justice card on the bottom of the deck. So this could be justice, karma coming in to give you the rewards that that you deserve for all the hard work that you've been putting in. It's interesting because in my cup, before I started, I saw in bubbles, it made kind of like a triangle. And to me, triangle is about stability and balance, and the Justice card has the scales, okay? So to me, some of you have been working on stability in your life. So this could be you taking care of your health, focusing on self-love, self-care, working through any emotional traumas or triggers, that sort of thing. Like really creating a sense of stability within yourself. And that is now going to be reflected in your outer life, okay? Now, so I definitely feel that we will be moving out of this difficulty. There's a shift in the wind, which is what the hawk represents, that shift in the wind, okay? And whatever this is, it's going to seem kind of insignificant to you at first, but it's going to change the direction of your entire life gradually, okay? You have the Chariot card on the bottom of the deck. To me, I know a lot of people see the Chariot card as being like fast-moving energy, I see it as steady. I'm seeing the word steady flow. So this is you moving forward in a steady rate. This could also mean what you have been trying to manifest or bring into your life, or things that you have already worked for or worked towards coming in steadily now. Because I have noticed in my own life that some things that I desired maybe a couple of years ago, I'm finally receiving those, okay? And I was kind of made to feel that sometimes, you know, we're either blocking these things from coming in some way, there's some sort of blockage, or we're not pursuing it in the right way. But when we reclaim our power, it's like all of a sudden things open up. Okay, so here's an example that I'm receiving about a small change that's going to help you open up a blockage, for example. I am reading right now, I'm just at the beginning, The Untethered Soul, and they're talking about remaining open, okay? So this might be the insignificant, quote unquote, shift that helps you. So for example, with the Page of Cups in reverse, so this could have been rejection, whether it was maybe somebody broke up with you, or maybe you've been trying to pursue partners, but you keep getting rejected. This could be you trying different jobs, but getting rejected. Doesn't really matter what this is, okay? If we shift our perception of these rejections, so I can't remember how to say this quote, but it's basically states that rejection can be our greatest redirection. And if we really view that, so if we're trying to pursue someone in a romantic relationship and they reject us, does it hurt? Yeah, it does. It really does. But if we can look at that and think, okay, well, they did me a favor because they're not the person for me, so I didn't waste any time. That brings our power back, okay? Instead of being like, oh, well, I must be a loser then because this person doesn't want me. They're just not the right person for you, honey. And I know it's easier said than done to change that mindset. But when we work on that, that really can help us move forward in our life, okay? But the part about being open is when we are rejected, it's very easy for us to kind of close ourselves off, maybe stop pursuing people, romantic partners, stop trying for a new job. If you're trying to get maybe your book published, it's easy for us to see rejection letters, or if you're applying for college, rejection letters, and give up. It's really easy for us to do that. But what would happen if we didn't give up, right? What would happen if we dusted ourselves off and tried again, okay? I was kind of getting this vibe from myself because I recently left a job and I had experienced a breakup. And I was just kind of feeling sad about myself. I know deep down I was okay, but I was feeling what I call old Jenna would have felt. And it wasn't fun. Feelings of worthlessness, really feeling that I wanted to hide. I wanted to not leave the house for months until maybe everything blew over. And my thoughts are like, honey, get over yourself. Nobody's thinking about you right now. Like, nobody. Don't you worry about that. Just go out and do you. And I kind of had the feeling that, I don't think I'm going to find the love of my life online. That's just like the intuitive feeling that I have right now. But I felt guided. I'm just like, you know what? I need to go on there and I just need to put myself out there. Even though I was looking at my pictures and I was thinking, God, Jenna, you're disgusting. Nobody's going to want you. Again, old Jenna feelings. Whereas before, I was feeling, I wasn't feeling like I'm top shit or anything, by no means ever. But I was feeling a lot better about my appearance, okay? This time I was just like, nope, nobody's gonna want me. Why am I even gonna bother? But I put myself out there anyways, and I had some people message me, and I'm like, okay, reminder, not as hideous as you think you are, Jenna. Ugh. I really don't like feeling that, but that's how I felt for the majority of my life, right? So I felt that I needed to put myself out there, even though I wasn't fully feeling that I was going to meet my potential life partner on this site. But I needed to open myself up to the possibility, right? I needed to not hide anymore, and I needed to open myself up. And I ended up having some great conversations with people about like the most random things. So I really, I feel that it was a positive thing for me to do, right? So not giving up. In terms of finances, right? So we could think, oh, this is never going to happen for me, saving all this money or trying to get a job with more money. Some of you might be trying to build a business, because I'm kind of getting that sort of vibe as well. Not giving up in the process. Just keep going. No matter what happens, keep going, because eventually you're going to break through what James Clear calls the plateau of latent potential. And then all of a sudden you're going to seem like an overnight success. Okay? If you keep going, it's going to happen for you. The key is to just find what it is that you truly desire, right? So I've beaten myself up about this before, where I tried, and then I gave up, and I'm like, but was it something that I truly wanted? No. Not, mostly no. In relationships, have I said that I've given up and maybe stopped dating for years? Yeah. But did I ever really give up? No, I didn't. Okay? So let's try to remain open to the possibilities, because I keep seeing the word blockages. So for some of us, this shift comes when we don't give up, when we remain open to the possibility that this could really truly happen for us. Yeah. Sometimes things take a little while to build up, but the Three of Pentacles being recognized for your work, just keep doing what you're doing, okay? For some of you, like I'm seeing someone on Instagram posting their art or their woodworking, something of that nature. Keep posting it, okay? Keep posting, because eventually people are going to start flocking towards you, all right? But this is the vibe that I'm getting for you, Capricorn. So with the holly tree, there's only a couple of blossoms or berries or whatever on the bottom. And this is in the middle of winter, so there's not much coming through. To me, it just kind of feels like they're struggling to come out. Whereas in this picture, it's spring and we have this meadow full of flowers, all right? So to me, this is you trying to make your life the way that you want it, and you're struggling and you're struggling and you're struggling. But then there's that shift. Whatever this shift is, it's going to be different for all of you. It's definitely about stepping into your power, reclaiming your power, which seems to be a key message this year. But once you do, all of a sudden, it's like your whole life is going to blossom and bloom. So whatever this is that you're pursuing, whether you're pursuing a career in music and wanting to be recognized for it, pursuing a new job, pursuing a partner, a new partner, or trying to meet new friends. This shift happens when you step into your own, when you reclaim your power. And again, it's going to be different for all of you. I'm getting a sense that for someone, this shift happens when they finally just let themselves be themselves. Okay, I get that a lot when I get the songbirds on the bottom of the deck. So dressing the way that you want to, being very open about who you are. You don't have to be super open, but just being very authentic in your communication with other people in a nice way. How do I mean this? Okay, so for example, I always use this example, but I was afraid to tell people that I was spiritual. I thought that they would think that I was flaky, or that they're, I don't really, thinking back on it, I'm like, why did I care? But I don't know why, but I thought that people would think negative things about me, right? I didn't really want to tell people that I read tarot or that I communicated with my spiritual team because I didn't know how they would react. And once I started to kind of tell a couple of people, my guide said that's when things started opening up and shifting for you, Jenna, because I wasn't as afraid to be myself. I put myself out there, and I was waiting for backlash, and I didn't really receive it. And the same thing when I put up my profile the other night. I was waiting for people to write negative comments, and I was like this every time I would open a message. I didn't receive any. None. And I was like, wow, okay. So sometimes we hold ourselves back by thinking that negative situations are going to happen to us. And no, sometimes negative situations do happen. They do. It's going to, that's just life. But sometimes we hold ourselves back when we really didn't need to, okay? So putting yourself out there, this could be that shift. Shining your light, my guides like to say, shining your light wherever that is. Showing your talents, showing your passions. Open and honest communication, standing up for yourself. Again, this is going to be different for everyone. So I'm also seeing the word intention. So the intention to create your life the way that you want it. The intention of reaching whatever goal that you want. This intention is very powerful. You have a strong power of intention, but we just don't realize it, right? You know how sometimes we think of things and then all of a sudden they happen? That's your power, right? When we moved into this house, like before we even got this house or looked at it, I looked at the one wall in the basement and I'm like, that wall needs 3 bookshelves. And I had very specific ideas. 3 shelves on the top and then cabinets on the bottom, 3 of them. But I looked at IKEA and I thought, I can't afford that. I wasn't working at the time. We were moving. I just finished school. Not going to happen, Jenna. So a couple of weeks later, after moving into this house, which I manifested, it's another story. But my mom was on a buy and sell website and she's like, Jenna, look at these. And it was exactly what I wanted. They were used, which I have no issue with. And they're actually really strong, solid pieces. And I got them for $125. And that's exactly how much money I had in my bank account. So everything just kind of worked out. And like, that's power, right? When we manifest without even trying, that's power, right? But we often block ourselves from receiving the things that we desire. Okay, so they're kind of saying, when you doubt yourself, think of a time of when you manifested something without trying or with trying, okay? For me, it could be this house, although I did have help from my parents because we all had a list of what we wanted, and I really wanted to find that house, and I did. I manifested being able to go to school and have a ride to school, which is bananas when I think about the story. And I just feel like this sense of like fresh energy flowing over top of me. So when we have these doubts in our minds, which create blockages, we need to think about times where we actually overcame these struggles. Okay. And when we've manifested things in our lives. So overcoming struggles. For some of you, that will definitely be things that happened in the past. Think about that. My guides like to remind me, Jenna, you had depression. You know, you got through that. You're forgetting how difficult that was. And how much strength it took to get out of that. You never gave up, honey. I feel like I always cry in your videos, Capricorn. But that, you know, thinking about that, you know, that's something that I would just be like, I did it, right? Okay. But they're kind of making me feel that when I have that realization and that shift in perception about myself, it's like I step into my power more. You know, I stand up a little bit taller and I'm like, yeah, I did that. I did that. Okay? So when we're thinking about all the things that we haven't accomplished, well, what did we accomplish, Capricorn? What did you accomplish? Maybe you had a really bad breakup, but you got yourself out of it, okay? And you healed yourself and you kept moving forward. Maybe after people's criticisms and judgments about maybe a hobby that you have or the work that you've been doing, you kept going. Whatever this is for you, this is just you stepping into your power, seeing how powerful you truly are, and continuing with that, remaining open and moving forward, even if you fear rejection, even if you fear failure. That is strength, you know? Moving forward, not knowing what's going to happen, that is strength, okay? Where does your power lie, Capricorn? Where does your power lie? They're going to make me cry again. Yeah. For some of you, this is definitely about unmasking. Taking that mask off and being who you truly are. And I always say this, it doesn't have to be like an overnight thing. This is about you gradually showing the world who you truly are, right? To me, sometimes I think, okay, I gotta disappear for like 6 months and I gotta, you know, get fit and I gotta save up a bunch of money and change myself, reinvent myself. I think that's why I like new situations. Like I always like going to school. or maybe moving or something like that. It's like you create a fresh start. And you don't have to do that to create a fresh start. You can just gradually move into it, right? There's a strength of continually moving forward, even after a setback, even after a breakup, even after rejection. But we need to start focusing on where our power lies, Capricorn. They always give me this example of going through all of this crap, all of this shit, and coming out the other side and being stronger and still being a kind person, you know, seeing what we've been through as lessons and still wanting to move forward. Not letting the process change you in a negative way, but in a positive way. Change in the wind, honey. I'm focusing now on the waterfall, the rushing water. That creates that flow. That removes the blockages. You had it within you all along. We just needed to remove the obstacles, honey. Sorry. And the obstacle was you, they're saying. Whew, this is an emotional one. We are the ones that hold us back, you know? I often, before, would think about, I was very much, I'll admit it, play the victim. I got to yep. I blamed the universe. I blamed my situation. It was easier. I was frustrated. I definitely felt a bit of frustration in this reading. It could be old frustration, but just frustrated. I felt all of those things. I would yell at my guides so much. So much. I apologize to them. But it was me. It was me. It was fear that held me back. That fear of rejection. The fear of being worthless and people pointing that out. The fear of failure. And when I look back on it, it's not about ragging on myself for, I should have done this, right? I have to look at that as being a lesson that I need to learn. But, if only I knew, I could have changed things. But I know now, right? We know now, Capricorn, and the true power lies in self-awareness and being brave enough to take that action to move forward. That's where our power lies. Moving forward after every setback. keep going. Whew. And it doesn't matter how fast we go. It doesn't matter how much time we need to process and to heal from each setback. Whew. The power lies in moving forward. Sorry. They're showing me this woman that I met, and she's been through a lot, like the worst things that you could imagine. And she's still like the nicest, most wonderful woman. And I think, how did she get through that? One day at a time. So true power, it's not about having followers. It's not. True power comes within. True power is how we react to struggle, how we constantly decide to move forward and to choose being good people, no matter our circumstances. Whew. True power is letting our light shine through and not hiding it anymore. So the power in being different and the power in being authentic and showing love. And I'm feeling this positive, fresh energy all around me right now. The power of being compassionate. Ooh. Oh, Capricorn. I'm sorry. I swear last week I cried on yours and then I had to redo it. So just keep going, Capricorn. And again, sit down and ask yourself, where does my true power lie? And that could answer a lot of questions for you, and that can create the shift that you need to get through these difficult times. Whatever this is, that shift that creates that steady flow within us, opening up. That's how we create this flow. We open up. We open up our heart, open up our minds. We open up. Interesting. Okay. I feel like there's more to come from that message, but I'm not getting it right now. Yeah. Because they're showing me the Tower, and I looked at the Tower card the other day, and for the majority of it, there's no windows or anything, right? But then there's windows at the top, and then you got the crown on the top. And I was kind of thinking like crown chakra. We have to create the stability first within ourselves for our true power and true light to be able to shine. This is just the first step in reclaiming our power and creating that shift. That's why they're saying like it's a small, it seems like nothing to us, but it's huge to them. It's huge to an art for this transformation. But this is just the first step, honey, they're saying. There will be more movement. There will be more to come. Interesting. This was a really interesting reading, Capricorn, and I apologize for crying, but the emotions that they're sending me were quite, they're saying magnificent. I would say very emotional. It was very, very emotional. I wish that you could feel how I felt in those moments, and so that you could see yourself in a different way. And I feel that you are going to begin to, or you already have begun to see yourself in a new light, and that's where your power comes back, honey. That's when your power comes back. Alright, I'm going to end it there, Capricorn. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know if this resonated, and hopefully I see you in the next video. Bye.